Okay, this is the 5th time that I've worked Blaze, and so what I'm looking for today is we've done a little we're doing, of course, just groundwork still. I'm going to do a little bit of the squeeze game again, or the online, the rail work. Forgive me, the rail work. But what I'm looking for as we develop a relationship with him is for him to keep moving with less energy being asked to move, being lighter on the rope, doing things more consistently, and definitely not slowing your feet down or stopping throughout an exercise. Okay, so that's his biggest thing. When I go from his left to his right, okay, or from his right to his left, from his bad side to his good side, he will argue a little bit with me. Okay, he'll slow down, and when he's going to his good side to his left, he doesn't like going back to his right. Okay, so we're going to develop that, and I'm looking for him. He likes to get loved on, which that's one of my favorite parts. But he's got to do things consistently before he gets loved on, especially the stuff that he knows how to do. So I'm going to start just warming him up by asking him to move forward. This is what I'm talking about, going from his good side to his bad side. So I'm going to go down the rail now. This is a left brain thing that he just chooses not to do. So he got away from me the last time that I worked on the rail. So now I'm going to ask again for the forequarter. He doesn't, we're going to go sideways again. Ask again. Okay, here's a change. Okay, and I'll walk away. We're going to work on this today until I can get 3 of them in a row without opposition or hesitation. Alright, so we're getting better here. As you can see, whenever I do something like changing directions here, he slows his feet down every chance that he can. And we're going to work on that until that goes away. But as far as following my feel, following the feel of that lead rope, going from his left to his right is by far the best that it's been. Okay, that one there is by far the best, so I'm going to leave him alone. Before I ever think of saddling a horse, I definitely have to get him symmetrical. So I'm going to start approaching him, okay, on his right side. Okay, so for the first time, I'm going to start to bend him a little bit. I've got to be very careful with him. You can see how different he is on this side. Just jumpy. Just got to be careful. I don't want him stepping toward me like he just did. If he steps toward me, I'm going to have to counter turn him. It's time we get over here a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and work him a little bit on the right side. I'm going to go ahead and do some side passing here. Got to get his head down. Got to get him working his mouth. Sideways is a great tool to get their head down. So I'm just going to give him 4 or 5 seconds. Put his head down. If he doesn't, I'm going to go ahead and ask him to go sideways again. But he's already thinking about putting it down here. Belly button in front of him. Sideways again. I want his head at least level with the withers. It gets tighter than a drum when you're on that. When we're on his right side. I can throw the rope over his back, get a whip out, speed all of it up to drop his head, but I'd rather just take my time with him on this.
You want to allow him to learn, don't you? Let him make all the decisions and
Yes.
when he's going to try, not force it.
Yes. I'd rather just allow him to learn and go nice and slow. He's already had things done to him that he wasn't prepared for, so I just have to go slow with him now. Okay, so I've got some ear movement here. He hasn't licked his lips. So we're going to stay steady on him until he does. That's coming down. So I'm going to side pass a little bit longer here. On a hind quarter again. Side pass. Hind quarter again. Side pass. Let his head out. And let him drop his head. Alright, so he's starting to come down his head. There it is, the furthest it's been. Right there's good. So he hadn't worked his mouth yet, obviously, but he's getting ready to. But he's going to start working his mouth less for a while because he knows now that I'm going to his offside. So I'm giving him a way out, all right? If he wants to avoid me, I want to see him go sideways. I don't want to see him step into me, and I don't want to see him back up. All I'm asking for him is to bend, so let's go sideways a bit. Come over here and ask him to bend. We haven't even done anything yet, and he's already starting to sweat just because of nerves. But here's a change in him right here. Sideways again. And ask him to bend. There's a change. Slide down. Wrap your fingers around the rein, nice and slow. And let go. Letting go is the biggest thing I got to do for him. Got my hand up, the offhand is up by the withers because that's where it's going to be when I ride him. I'm going to go ahead and four-quartering, counter-turning here. This will help bring his head down. Hind quarter. Push his front end over. Sideways right here. Hind quarter. I'm keep him real busy. Hind quarter. Hind quarter. So when he goes to back up, I'm going to bring him forward and hind quarter him again. All right. Nice change. Backing up, bring it forward, hind quarter, master bend him again. Bring him forward. Hind quarter. So all I'm asking him today is just to try for me just a little bit. He's not trying for me at all as far as giving me his head. All he's looking is for a way to get out of it. This backing up is an evasive thing. I want to get him out of that. The tendency of him doing something naughty are increased when he backs up, especially with his front legs. Here's a change. Roll his rear end. Roll his rear end. Roll his rear end.
You're throwing the rope up over his back kind of to break the pattern he's in?
Break the pattern a little bit, yes, thank you. But I am going to stay on this right side until I'm not asking for anything major, but what I want him to quit doing is backing up and trying to overpower me a little bit with his head. So the being evasive is more important. Getting rid of the evasiveness is more important than actually him bending his head for me right now. You can see that he's not even considering bending more than an inch. There's a Okay, here's a try. Put his head down. There's a try. He's getting close to working his mouth for me. There he goes. Ask again. See, I'd rather him roll his rear end as evasiveness than to back up. Because when he rolls his rear end, he's at least disengaging his rear end. When he's backing up, he's keeping it engaged. He can rear, he can strike. But this isn't as much respected as it's just flat out just trusting me a little bit here. He's working his mouth again for me. There's a try. Not much, but it's better than what he's been giving me. That's by far the biggest bend that he gave me. Just let him drop his head here. Okay. Work his mouth. Shake his head. Maybe even yawn for me. Blow a little bit if you can. That's by far the most that he's ever given me on the right side. So every time he gets weight off of that foot for me here. I'll let him go. My wife asked me if he'd kick at me, and I said I'd give him a 50-50 chance. Well, there he took it. I got to give him trying a little bit more on this right side. This is going to be it. He's got to try a little bit more than what he's been doing on this right side. See, I have to, I know what, I could tie him up and put a rope around that leg and force it. I could put a saddle on him and force it. But I'm trying not to do all that stuff. I don't know what's been done to him, but he sure has never been taught to try on this side of his body.
Or trust.
Try or trust, neither one.
And that kick was pretty confident, like he's gotten away with that before.
That wasn't a defensive kick
No.
as much as it was just leave me the heck alone. Okay, so I have to give him a way out. Instead of kicking me, I'd rather him back up. Okay, so that's why I'm backing him up here. So when he doesn't want to give me his foot, I'd rather him back up and come forward and try to kick me with his back feet. But I can put the rope around his hand, around his ankle there and pick it up, but I really want him to trust me a little bit. I'm not above that, that's for sure, but
So before you didn't want to back him up, and now you're going to back him up just to
give him an escape.
give him an escape.
Before I wanted his escape to roll his rear end. Okay, so now I want his escape to just be able to back up and say, you know what, I'm not ready. Okay, here's a try for me. Okay, there's a change.
He's starting to cock that hind end towards you a little bit.
I gotta be careful here.
That's definitely a learned behavior.
So one of the things I have to establish with him is when he doesn't want to do something, I understand, but he's got to at least try for me. As I walk over, he puts his weight on the foot. Instead of taking his weight off, he puts it on there. So it's a big deal here. Change. Takes his weight off that foot. Even if it's backing up away from me, I'm going to leave him alone. I've got to teach him. Just don't feel like you got to defend yourself. And don't back up away from it. Don't put all your weight on it. Here's a change. Okay, so we're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere. There we go. We're getting somewhere. Change. So I'm trying to get him where he'll do this kind of thing for me right here, other than when he's just totally exhausted and says, you know, I don't want to fight anymore because I'm exhausted. Here I want to teach him just to give itty-bitty things to me don't have to be tired to do it. Here's a nice change. Domestic horses, this kind of stuff's not that big of a deal. But Mustangs, it sure is. The feet and bending them is huge. There's a change. There's a nice change. There's a nice change. There's a good change.
It's a good change of mind.
Good. 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 Bending a little bit here. Better. All right, let me finish off by working in just a little bit more, come in this direction. 4/4. Sideways. 9/4. Sideways. 4/4. 9/4. Sideways. Want him to work his mouth here for me. So I met more resistance today than I have in the other 4 days prior, but it's I'm doing more with him that he doesn't like. So instead of coming in here and getting him soaking wet and then working on this stuff, I'd rather stay safe and get him to try for me. I'm not above getting him soaking wet if I have to. We'll probably have to get to that. But I'm trying to make friends with him, get him to trust me without having to go through all that first. He's had probably enough of that. So anyway, I ended on a good note. That kick that he gave me, he could have laid something on it, so it was more of like leave me alone. But it's definitely left brain. It's not like if I don't kick this guy, I'm going to die. It's like I'm going to try to get him to leave me alone. It's worked before. Like Michelle said, that has worked. So I'm sure that those that are watching and following the videos, it's not going to be the last time you see him kick at me. But we're working on it. Thanks.
And so, real quick, after he kicked at you, you just wanted him to get his feet moving.
Yes.
You were pushing him.
Yes.
He wasn't in trouble. Yes.
Yes.
But you
Well,
want to go.
the trouble that he was in is that I was just going to move his feet, but I wasn't going to start knocking the heck out of him or anything
Right.
like that. Just going to get him to move his feet. Now, if he didn't move his feet, then we would have gone further, and then I might have had to start getting after him more, being more insistent.
Mm-hmm.
But that I didn't have to. Okay, so we'll get there.
Thanks, Eric.
All right.